of my watching experience of Twin, which is a Tubi film, and we've done the first two movies, and I've really been enjoyed in doing these. It's fun for me to get back into the movie watch-alongs. Now, as I've hinted at, these are also going to be re-reviewed, and you will see reviews of each of these movies in the next coming weeks, such for Black History Month or such. Even though I won't talk about black movies all around, but we are here to watch and the third and recently final film of the Blade trilogy, at least until we do get another Blade movie. No, I would have done Deadpool and Wolverine, but I don't physically own it. I only own it digitally, and Blade is not the main character of that movie. Plus, I still have yet to review that movie, even though I know it's inevitable because I do need to get my thoughts on it, and I do need to raise hell over a certain character. But we're here to do a live watch party of Blade Trinity, the third and final entry of the original Blade trilogy. I'm really excited to get into this. This is going to be a fun one to rewatch here. As you can see, I'm already set up here with my TV and such. Haven't turned on my headphones yet. This is the New Line Platinum series on the rated version, and this is going to be the conclusion of this Blade Watch Party series. Hopefully, not the last movie watch along. But like I said, other than this, I am going to be doing some hangout live streams and also editorial and such. So we got plenty more live streams. But in terms of movie watch parties, I will do a poll, a little thing on the my community tab, and you guys will take it from there and see what we do next. But the third movie, the unrated version, which is the version we are going to be watching, which is 10 minutes more. And the little trick with this one, we're not only going to be watching the ending of the unrated version, I'm also going to watch the theatrical version's ending. So we're not watching the theatrical version of this, unfortunately. We are watching the unrated version, so I haven't put it in yet. So I'm going to take the disc out. Disc one is the film. Very different artwork from my other version that I have on DVD. Because the theatrical version, you have Blade, Abigail Whistler, and Hannibal King, which I know Wesley doesn't is not a big fan of this. And I know there was a lot of tension and such. So watching this movie here is gonna hopefully. Will I still be able to enjoy this for what it is as a guilty pleasure, or will I see the very movie that everyone hates? There's only one way to find out. Also, if you guys do have this on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, or for digital, or you're watching it on a streaming service like Prime Video or HBO Max, stick around with me. Some of you may not know about the underrated cut, but I'm gonna do this anyway. And if you have your own copy, be sure to link it with me when we get to 0 minutes and 0 seconds. But we're going to put in the disc and we're going to get this over with. Like I said, I am going to be watching both versions, and we're going to turn on my headphones. And as you can see, they are plugged into the TV, so that way things won't you won't have to hear the audio because then I'll get copyright strike. But I've really been enjoying doing these movies. It's been fun to go back with fresh eyes and rewatch them. DVD video, of course. Make sure the volume is up, as here. We're at the main menu here. Now we're going to go to the setup options. Make the subtitles on English DCS ES 6.1 surround sound, Dolby Digital. And we're going to get into it. Like I said, it's going to be interesting for me to rewatch this to see if I still enjoy it as a guilty pleasure, or will I finally see the movie that a lot of Blade fans have been trashing for years? Because this was nostalgic for me. This is my first Blade film, along with Blade 2 growing up. So let's see what we do. And so we will play the movie. We are going to be playing the extended version here. So, because I have it queued up to the picture of Abigail looking for her crew members of the Night Stalkers, which you see the movie, you know what happens. So, as you can tell, both versions are rated R, even though they say the extended version is not rated. And here we go. New Line Home Entertainment logo. And we'll put my headphones in and we'll start the movie. I actually really love these headphones because I can plug them into the TV and I can just watch the movie without having to distract anyone or turn my TV up a little bit louder than what it is. So we are 2 hours and 2 minutes and 11 minutes. I'm going to count down as we watch here, and we're gonna start this off. And hopefully, you guys join me in the chat this time, because the chat to this is open. So let's get on with this. And yes, I will, just like the first two, go over some trivia. And this is going to be, I'm just really excited to actually do this. As you can tell, we're doing the regular color of my ring light. So, like I said, this ring light does come in really handy. So, with that being said, we are 9 minutes into the live stream. So, I will begin to count down. Let's do it to 20. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm pressing play right now. And like I said, just like the first two, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed doing the other films. So we're gonna go on and get started. Not let's waste any more time. As you can tell, the New Line cinema logo. Raymond Djawadi's music coming in is just turned red like the 31st Jason logo. Marvel logo, which the first and only Blade movie so far to have used the Marvel logo. Again, we're not counting Deadpool and Wolverine. And here's Ryan Reynolds' narration, which this was one of the first movies I ever saw Ryan Reynolds in as a kid. The first was the Amityville Horror remake, which For as many Amityville movies that are not very good, I will say that's one of the better ones, that along with the original. But I prefer the remake, the Syrian Desert, which this is a miniature they created, and what they're about to walk onto is actually built for the film. So, all right, so this shouldn't go too bad. Make sure I have my trivia, of course, for you guys. We have our new team of vampires here. He's flipping off the sun, and he's a vampire. The exciting opening incident, as I shall say. So, according to this, the production history of this, while there were some nice things about this that came out of the production, this production of Blade Trinity is considered production hell. So, Blade to directors Stephen Norrington and Guillermo del Toro were asked to come back, but Stephen Norrington declined after he did not reading the script for this. Which in this you can definitely see why he didn't like the script, and also Guillermo del Toro got his passion project Hellboy was written, and they had different ideas here when it came to this. Because one of the early ideas, according to the documentary on this DVD, was after many years after the events of Blade 2, vampires finally had achieved world domination and enslaved all the humans, while with Blade being the last hope for humanity. And Blade's slower aging could be explained by his vampire blood, but it was deemed too dark. And this is the only movie in the trilogy to have a credit scene. There was a lot of tension between David Goyer and Wesley Snipes with a lot here, which is fairly evident, which Wesley has little to no participation in the making of featurette here. And also, he and Chris Christopherson were not happy. Now, as we can see, we got our introductions to Triple H and to Parker Posey as Danica Talos. This is Dracula. Ah. Hmm. Like I said, this is the extended edition, by the way. This Bentley Tittle. We are at least 6 to 7 minutes into the movie now. We have Mark Berry and as Chief Vreed and John Michael Higgins as Dr. Edgar Vance. I do like this scene here because, but this man here is pretty delusional when it comes to his conversation about vampires. It's not sadism. It's not sadism or anything. I don't even know why this was put into the theatrical version or the extended version, or as far as TV cameos. This really did not need to be here. There's no reason here. Dude, you are not funny. Please shut up. You're supposed to be chief of police. Vampire. Yes, they are. You're lying. Blade is not. Blade is not a criminal. He's not. He is not under the impression. You guys don't know. You. He tried to. Blade tried to warn your ass. He is slaying. He is killing monsters, you dumbass. Because he hates the very thing that he is. And now we get to the opening, which I like more in the theatrical version. Big explosion. Like I said, the first half of this movie is. This first couple minutes are really interesting. Here he is. Love the way they do the title sequence. New Line Cinema presents an Amon Raw Films production. Amon Raw Films production. In association with Imaginary Forces. I'll say this about Wesley. For all the troubles and all the production chaos that this movie went through, I will still say that I think Wesley does give his all. But even there are moments where he is not very happy with the script and such. And with this being his last Blade movie of his own trilogy, you would expect a lot better. I do like this action here. New design, the chain knife that's like a rope. That's really cool. Not on the coat blade. Ramin Djawadi and DeRizzo does the score here, which originally Ramin Djawadi was going to do the music for Supergirl, but now it's Junkie XL. So I'm sure he'll probably do another DC project. He's trying to have that Blade swagger, but even you can tell that he is just not. Is not very into it. Like I said, he's still cool in this movie as a character, but this movie you can definitely tell that Wesley's method acting really does take a toll on this movie. And not only that, with the different clashings between David Goyer and Wesley during the production and all that other such, it definitely does show throughout a lot of moments with Blade in this movie. And Blade kind of does feel sidelined here in his own movie, which, again, when it comes to David Goyer, is not his fault. Because even David Goyer has said this is one of the most painful and miserable experiences that he has ever had to do as a filmmaker or such. And you also had Oliver Hirschbiegel to direct the film, but he had a conflict with another movie called Downfall. This action scene I actually really do like when it comes to it. It's very cool. David Goyer, he did have this and another scene later on written for the first two movies, but they were always cut out for time or scheduling reasons. And okay, you got some enhancements in your gadgets there. hmm And I know Ryan Reynolds said that he and Wesley did not have the best time on this movie, but when he reached out to him to play Blade in Deadpool 3, which I did not expect him to actually do because they really sound like they really hated each other on this movie. Wesley got the chance to come back and do the part again in that movie. Like I said, if he was more of a supporting character or main character, I would do that movie, but not yet. As you can see, Wesley thinks he's killing a vampire, but except he is not human. And you can tell that most of this action is not Wesley because Wesley refused to participate in the production with so many clashes, and he will only come out of his trailer and do a scene if he's only answers to Blade. And not only that, he was also pretty. There are so many different aspects of the production with Wesley Snipes. There are multiple videos and also reviews such as point this out, and so I'm not going to be the only one. She can come off pretty annoying here, but it's kind of intentional to where she's having some decent fun with the role. So I'll give it that. But this is probably the best she's been in a movie. Superman Returns, I didn't hate her in that movie either. Like this hideout is really great. It's really cool. And here we have Chris Christopherson. Yeah, he's sweet, but did you find him a cup? He's good here. And yeah, it's okay. It's a cup. Chris Christopherson, he's fine in the movie. I'll give him that. But even you could tell where when it comes to what? When it comes to his performance. No, Colin. Chris Christopherson, you can tell in his performance, even though he's doing a very capable job. You could tell that Chris Christopherson, because of the stuff going on with the making of this movie, it really did take a toll on him, and it got to the point where he just didn't really care anymore. Like I said, he's not bad in the film, but it's just Chris Christopherson. You even going as far as to not get James Remar. I love James Remar. He's a good actor. Not always the best movie choices, but he does the best he can. I'll give you this. She is really beautiful in this. We are introduced to more vampires. When it comes to Asher, we have Christopher Heyerdahl, who if you know Christopher Heyerdahl, he was in the Twilight Saga New Moon, Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Breaking Dawn Part 2 as the older vampire of the Volturi, Marcus, which he was just tired of the shit. Like I said, Parker Posey, not the best movies and not one of my favorite actresses, but I think she's far from one of the worst actresses ever. Here she's having fun and committing to it. Her hair is really beautiful. Oh my goodness. But even as a bad guy, now I heard she's good in Agatha All Along, but I didn't watch Agatha All Along because not that I'm sick of the MCU. I'm not tired of the MCU. It's just it's supposed to be the WandaVision trilogy between her. Vision Quest is coming out sometime this year. Hopefully that's fine. And make her kid maybe something else in between. But instead, you kind of just kind of screwed yourself when it comes to and the introduction of Dominic Purcell. We just said not the best actor in the world. I'll admit it, he ain't the best actor in the world, but I would say he didn't have a huge career, but I would say I do like the guy as an actor for what I've seen him in. It's just him as Dracula. He wasn't. It's not that he wasn't ready. He definitely has a physical presence, and he does have a few elements of being creepy with what they do with his voice. But beyond that, I feel like you could have got someone else to really play this part. I'll take this too. And that's the cameo by Gabriel Bernstein, great cinematographer, which I actually think that's really cool. Nor escape the plane. And the FBI are just going after this man. You're famous. Nailed us. He's eating up. You see, you could tell that Wesley's ego here and his method acting is full blown in this movie. This was a popularity contest. Don't you see what they're doing? PR campaign. It's just vampires we'll have to worry about. We're gonna have to take on the rest of the world too. Old man. This is for you, boy, boy. Turn to me. Drinking his cup. Where are you? Trying to buy enemies. Oh shit. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just just had to put it on mute for a little while. But we're 30 minutes in. We still have some time. Yeah. We have these vampires acting crazy. Okay, that was funny. This vampire is like he wants to eat somebody. And here's just for Biel. Here is Abigail Winston. Again, not the best actress ever, but I do think Jessica Biel is one of my favorites now over the years. The more I watch her, I think she's far more competent than some people give her credit for. So, pretty cool. And I would say here, this was one of my first introductions to her as an actress. She's very lovely here. And There's just a few writing issues I do have with her because there are some issues here in terms of the writing for her that I'm not really big on. Like, if you're gonna have her born out of wedlock, why didn't you just have her already in these first two films? She's not just a helpless pretty lady here. And she's acting that way, which is a fake baby. That's also really funny. Can you wait, sir? Yeah. Rush your people. Why you rushing people? I'll say. You go away. Why you rushing people? She think you. She could rush people. I'll say this. Don't tell what I was doing. Say that. Say that. Here. Now go back to me. There she is. Okay, who's tripping? Alright. She pretty much a badass. She's awesome. Why you running for her? Yeah, I'll say she did break the camera when they were making this movie, which you actually kind of see at the end of the film where you see where the camera was broken. But I will say overall, I was, she does a very good job in this. Like I said, not one of my favorite actresses, but I do overall really like. I like. That's really cool. Really cool gadgets in this trilogy. I will give it that. Very gorgeous in this movie, so I'll give her that. They did a nurse on me. They should be back by now. As you can see, what's going on here in the film, Whistler and Blade, Blade fears trouble's going on here, which the police is, which the police is about to come and attack the entire hideout of these guys. Any distractions, after this is uploaded and processed, I can easily go into YouTube editor and just cut it out and make it a lot more flow a lot more. I do appreciate for the two people just watching that you guys are here. And here we're gonna do the Whistler gets killed thing again, just like the first movie. You see, there's a whole lot of crazy chaos going on here. Damn. And you can see as he's getting hurt. They're trying to make this a lot more epic and darker than it already is, but we've been through this in the first film, and that was a really emotional, rough moment for Blade. Where here, like I said, Wesley is cool, Blade is still cool, but it's just you can tell that all the trauma that was going on with Wesley at the time didn't really help, and also during the production of this, he was also dealing with tax problems with the IRS. Of course, if you guys didn't know that, which also didn't help his situation. This really did not need to happen again. And if you were going to have, if you were going to have Whistler die, you could wait to do this at the end of this movie or such. Uh-huh. You can tell the budget is more bigger here. Yeah, right. We're 42 minutes into the stream, and we are 26 minutes into this version. No, we're not giving up. And here is this. I do remember this from the. No. Wesley scream, which they cut this out of the theatrical version here, which they kind of should have when Wesley does the scream. And you see the police all trying to surround him, and you see that this is great here. He's just helpless here. He can't do anything when it comes to this. And Blade's been captured here. Police department, police jail, which that's a language, Esperanto language. Now, this I'm actually okay with them cutting this little joke part here out of the theatrical cuts, because in this version it's not even that necessary. 182, but they were all familiars. People who work with them. Y'all clearly don't know how the vampire lore works. And Wesley just Blade is sitting here like, do y'all think this is a joke with y'all? Vampires is not a joke. You see that he's helpless here. You know, it's only dance as long as you want. It's not going to play. And James Remar, regardless of the movies that he's done, he's always been a good actor in things. He's not the problem as Raiden in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think it's the script that fails him. I also like the in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, which his story is kind of the most emotional in that movie, where he has to make a promise to keep a secret or you get killed by a gargoyle, which that part of the story was sad. And then The Warriors, I recently rewatched again and last year, and it got a lot better for me. We have John Michael Higgins as Dr. Higgins. What does this have to do with anything? You're supposed to be doing a psychic evaluation. That's funny because he's not wrong, an asshole, and you're asking him is he's one of them. Do you understand what Blade just told you, bro? He's telling you that he is vampire exists. What kind of a question is that? Dude, he's not sexually confused, you dumbass. He's a he's half human, half vampire. I'm actually happy that none of this stuff is cut and put in the theatrical edition. That's the moment you really screwed up on mentioning his mother because he does not want to talk about it. He told you not to talk about his mother. That man is my prisoner. Hold on. That man is my prisoner. Don't my thing. No, the chief has plans of his own because he's a familiar. Hang on here. See that they're giving him something to keep him complied. And you see the voice of John Michael Higgins is slowing down as Blade is still being captured. I actually like that. Yes, he is a familiar Blade. That's right. He knows what's up. Now you know Blade's not going to do that. I hate familiars. That's actually really funny. Now I'll say this: if they let Wesley Snipes have more input on this movie and things didn't go the way they did, I think this would have been a much more regarded third film. Because as I'm watching this, the issues the issues are definitely present in terms of the writing, and this is only half of what we're getting with. We have things going on with Dracula. We have this other stuff going on with the vampires wanting Blades to be in waking up Dracula, which is the first vampire to. Then we have this Night Stalkers trying to be a Night Stalkers film, and then it's also trying to be a Blade film. So there's a lot going on here that they're trying to tackle. The tattoos are actually pretty cool of Blade. Shut up. Mhm. To flush you out. Not cool. And just by releasing this, they're about to get they're about to unlock him. That's what you think, Danica. And here it is. It may have took a few interruptions and such to get here, but we're 35 minutes in, and we have the introduction of Ryan Reynolds with the goatee. She got mad as hell seeing him. Him and Triple H always somewhere fighting throughout this whole movie. Which I'll say, Triple H, he's he's from I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to, but from what I hear, he's a decent enough wrestler. But in terms of his acting, not the best. Because he has to do the iconic little scream when he get. Now this shot coming up here was supposed to have Ryan, Jessica, and Wesley all walk out there together after he gets his sword and glasses back. But Wesley was being a little bit of a jerk here, so he got his way and did it in his way, which I do like to. Like I said, you could tell that it's not Wesley in some of these moments because he just has such a bad time doing it that it is more noticeable the more I watch this movie. I actually like the music in this film. I know some people think the music is ridiculous with the RZA and Ramin Djawadi, but I actually don't mind the score. It's one of the things I actually really don't mind. And you have Jessica Biel here. And he thinks is Abraham, but no, it's Abigail Whistler. Y'all best. And they're all having the vampires shoot themselves. She is a decent female character, but you could definitely tell that. All right, you've been stuck with a UV light bow and arrow. That's cool, really cool effects. I'll say the actions are definitely improved with each film, and y'all scared now. Don't run. The music from A Summer Place. I know this theme music from anywhere because you hear it in so many commercials and so many movies. The theme music from A Summer Place. I actually do want to watch that movie, but I really like that music. It's classical and it's relaxing. Excuse me if I'm a guy who likes classical music or relaxing music. Someone who likes all different types of music: hip hop, techno, music from the '80s, rock. Very big on the film music, as you guys know, because I like to talk about film music a lot when I'm reviewing something. Now that actor, if you is Ronald Selmore. You may remember him if you got. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie. So you guys watching? If you guys have seen the movie Bones with Snoop Dogg, he played one of Jimmy Bones' friends, and who was forced to kill his own friend. If you've seen Bones, you know what I'm talking about. Again, that movie, not a masterpiece of cinema, but it is a guilty pleasure here. I love Bones. It's stupid. It's crazy and it's dumb, but I have a lot of fun watching it. Now that I feel like if you're gonna have her be born You could have had a whole scene shot and filmed with Chris Christopherson and Jessica Biel talking about that she he doesn't want her to do this as such. But Chris Christopherson, I'm not sure if, like I said, all the behind the scenes process really did get to him. So I felt Chris Christopherson, he just didn't give a shit. Now, most of this other cast does feel like an American Pie movie. Natasha Lyonne, you have Patton Oswalt. So I'm pretty sure I've never read a lot of the comics, but the Night Stalkers, I think they are a group of team. There's your reinforcements. He do have a point here, Blade. Look at you. Your kids. You're not ready to go over this. I mean, look at the way you dress. Was that supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with the clothes. It's a joke. Y'all think this is a joke? I always thought that was funny. When Blaze says, y'all think this is a sitcom. They act like it's a sitcom. But like I said, this movie's trying to do so many things in one film. It's trying to be a Night Stalkers prelude. It's trying to be a final Blade movie with Blade being chased around the police and him fighting the big firstborn vampire. Then it's trying to be this other film with Dracula. So it's a lot they're trying to do, and it's too much to balance out in under 2 hours and 4 minutes. Girl, get over it. He don't want you no more, honey. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Taking that out of your eyes.
Jason.
Oh, you just the actor playing Asher is actually not too bad. Mhm. Like I said, Dominic Purcell is an actor. He's not bad. I know he's an Australian actor, but he's not a bad actor in other things. I've never watched Prison Break, but I remember Prison Break being marketed all over Fox back when Fox used to give a shit about TV shows before you started canceling shit like The Gifted and Star. Okay, Ryan Reynolds is actually good here. He does have some funny moments, but some of his funny moments makes us feel way too much like a comedy and less of a Blade film. I get you want to have a little fun and be stupid, but come on, you can't forget what the Blade started out as. We.
My question though, is that something you need? Like, should I really do that?
See, that wasn't even necessary. Movie. Look, I know I'm sounding pretty negative, such as this. Like I said, I don't hate this movie. There are things I'm complimenting on, but I know you want to put an Easter egg in here. This was 2004. In 2004, we had Spider-Man 2, which is considered one of the greatest superhero movies ever. I love Spider-Man 2. But we weren't ready for that type of Easter egg in 2004. Where you put in Dracula, because Blade originated from the Marvel Comics before he became his own comic book, fighting off Dracula in one of the Marvel Comics. That just wasn't really necessary. Bram Stoker is a legend for creating Dracula. There's why Dracula is still popular to this day. With you have so many ones like Bela Lugosi. I actually said the last name right, Bela Lugosi. Christopher Lee. You have Peter Cushing. You have Richard Roxburgh and Van Helsing. So many Draculas, you name it. Dracula's iconic for a reason, along with Frankenstein and such. Why do you think they want to keep making more Frankensteins and such? Because there's a lot interesting you can do. Of his origin. This is actually really creepy when Ryan is describing it. Hominus nocturna. Is that Latin? Yeah. The great white shark. This guy's never had to evolve. Forget the movies, forget the books. There's no happy ending with this guy. The look of Dracula when he's in that monster form, in moments he looks cool, but when we get to the big fight, I'll tell you when I get there. An hour and 4 minutes into the live stream, and 47 minutes into the film. Like this is in Iraq 6 months ago. Gotta bring it back like the moving speed shots. Okay, this one's just trying a little bit too hard to be cool with that shot. The soundtrack is no problem. Try to use my name, that's fatal. About to claim my fame, that's fatal. About to raise the pain, that's fatal. Right, try to claim my fame. This is the RZA performing the song Fatal. Dracula merchandise. Here, I can kind of understand with Dracula. Besides needing to drink blood, he's kind of just looking around, seeing all the Dracula lore, like Count Chocula's cereal. Vampire merchandise isn't a cool idea. It's not a bad idea actually to sell vampire merchandise. Wish I would put some Anne Rice books in there, like the Interview with the Vampire books, the Queen of the Damned in there. Bobbleheads. Just a lot of. What the hell are you gonna do with a vampire vibrator? And he's kind of taking offense to it because he's seeing that he has been made a joke throughout the year. Dracola. You take it because you said she put it there. No, I can't. So I'm gonna glue it. Oh God. He's like, you play her, you got her, she's gonna do it their way. She fucking did. Yeah, she might be you. You finna get thrown out the window, boy. And the other girl. That's fatal. About to pain, that's fatal. Right through your drunk okay. Right off. The pain, that's fast. It sounds like a tiger there, which the sound design is also something I can compliment on this. Really? You're gonna call Dracula Drake? I don't know if you should be offended by that or laugh at that because this was 2004. Y'all trying to be hip. So Drake. like the rapper Drake, which Drake, despite me not liking him, liking some of the personal stuff I hear, I will have to say, I think Drake Drake is a good rapper, but isn't my last name besides Randall. Now here they're explaining. They're explaining the vampire lore when it comes to this. They're explaining how they can wipe up all the vampires. You wasn't gonna come up here yesterday, y'all had a set plans for today. Why the fuck he didn't do on to his part? He knows too much. So you can be able to test his own damn medicine. That's it right there. You able to test his own damn medicine. 5 months with the look that everybody got time to do what they been doing. Look at these weapons. I like that. The electronic pistol. That's really cool. That's fun. He probably ain't working. He probably just sitting around. Hanging out with his homeboy. Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do what you do. Is it? That's really cool. It doesn't have the range of a sword, but. Well, you a chef, she'll take the 2 keys. It did take me. That's really cool. I like that. That's a great little thing there. Gotta get the fuck out of my life. So I know what to say. I was going to get up here and talk about life and all of the great things that await us. Patton Oswalt, he does fine here, but like I said, some of this other supporting cast feels like an American Pie film, honestly. Which, come on now, That's the weakest link in the chain of command has been the familiars. Since the vampires can go on in the daylight, they get the humans to do all the dirty work. We bleed the wannabes. He's trying to see. He's trying to teach them the game. And she's making MP3 playlists. And these three are just going out fighting people, and checking them to see if they're familiars or such. This reminds me a little bit of the editing style in Hulk 2003, which is another movie that most Marvel fans hate, but I've always liked ever since I was a child. And I'm sorry if I'm not really speaking a lot more louder than it is. I'm just trying to make things a little more softer here with the sound of my voice to give it a soft edge to it. Damn. Blaze is just hardcore in this. Oh, it's you. Take that. Come on, let's go. Come on.
That shit very good. No, that's fine. Yeah. I thought that was her. That's my kids. I just want to let the world know that I love this and I'm so thankful to be born to this. And as we start this future, I start standing on the shoulders of regular, hard
You tell him to consider blinking. He's half human, half vampire, bro. Even Abigail's like, no, non-bad taste.
Look, girl, that man told me to check on him, and they found him in the house unresponsive. They were checking him to get him, and it happened during the storm. They said we lost, they said the total people.
Who the hell are you talking to? Boy,
get like 15 to 20.
Sit your ass
down. The weather. They still clean up stuff.
He's Wesley just like,
He died during the snowstorm. He was among his family.
Getting sucker punched all around.
He was 92 years old.
The action scenes here, they're fine here, but they're not on the level as the first two. I would say some of the best action is definitely in the beginning and in the end fights. The beginning and the end.
It's fucked up. Really pretty. Girl, look.
Tell them what they can or cannot see. Take out them cameras, Blade. They just said all y'all sit down. It's not Vance. And Vance is dead. He's just shapeshifting into it's Drake. You could just call him Dagon. Really? Dracula? That's the best you can do for him?
Somebody caught a picture of a black bear on their ring door camera on their porch. There's a black bear on their porch. Up here? In Springfield. The first person was 17 apartments in.
Hey.
It said,
hello there. It's nice to see you. I am so sorry about all the interruptions here. We are 59 minutes into this. I'm really sorry about that. It's just, I had to mute this. I also had to do some other things. If the name is too difficult, just call me Jay. Ujkai 3365. Hello, how are you? I'm gonna be right back. One last interruption, guys. I promise. I just have to go use the bathroom or something. I watched your Star Wars Toxic Fans video, and now your channel is starting to get recommended to me. Well, I'm very proud of that video, so I'm glad that's getting this to you. Now we're back into the movie, and of course, 59 minutes into it, and this is just ridiculous. I do like this chase scene on foot. I really like this. The way it's shot and the music in broad daylight. I really like it. He was just riding his bicycle, Dracula. The thing when it comes to this scene is Blade. You're going to be... Dracula is the first ever born vampire. And the first thing you do when you see Blade, you start to run away like a little bitch. What's wrong with you, Blade? Dracula. You a vampire running from a daywalker. What's your problem? You the first vampire. You handle that like a G. Do you understand, Dracula? Listen to me, trying to be somebody's parents. I tell you guys, sometimes when I'm in my parent, I kind of do sound like that because that's just my dad. My dad's voice in me talking. But Weechkaj, I'm glad to have you here. There's a lot more stuff that I have coming around, and a lot more stuff you can see on the channels. I'm happy to have you here. Like I said, this chase is really good. And I could tell this is filmed in Canada as well. This movie is filmed in Canada. That's really cool. I think it's awesome. Really cool.
That's so good. Somebody killed that shit, put him in that pot. I don't give a fuck.
That's really cool. I've been told about you. Your weakness for humans. Why'd you kill Vance? He outlived his purpose. He died a good death. You know anything about that? You will. This interaction here is not that bad. Actually, like I said, there's a lot of problems in the script and a lot of the writing and some of the humor and even with some of the action and decisions made here. But it's not entirely David Goyer's fault. Most of this is going to be put to blame on Wesley Snipes because for as much as I love Wesley Snipes as an actor and as a performer and as a martial artist, some of your antics on set this does not help you out. So both of you have to. You're not immortal. I must have heard hundreds of you runes make the same claim, and each one of them says the end of my sword. Perhaps I will too then. But it's more likely the next time we meet, you fall before mine. If you will kill that baby, and through that, if you threw him, if he will kill that baby, I really would hate this movie. But Blade, he saved the baby. A little funny moment here where he tries to. That's funny. We are 81 minutes into the stream, and we are an hour and 3 minutes into the film. So we're 58 minutes left of the film. We will finish this. The extended version, like I said, this wasn't my idea. This was you guys voted for the extended edition in the in the poll. You guys voted for the extended version in the poll I made here. You see what I mean? They use archival footage from the. They use archival footage from the film, the first movie, and you could easily just reshoot. You could just easily reshoot with Chris Christopherson in a scene with her and Jessica Biel. I know she's been I'm trying to remember him. Jessica is gorgeous, man. I will, if John Avenger, if nothing else, one thing I will give him is Jessica Biel is a lovely woman. And now here she's just sitting down in this little shower here. Which I actually, that's actually not too bad. She's just sitting in the shower here, which that is a cool shower. If that was actually real, and we see that after his little accidents. Yeah. She had buried her mama, her sister, and herself, and the whole family. Why you do it? Look, change the local riot. No, it's just he has to get used to your sense of humor. She said, now, this I actually would argue should have been kept in the theatrical version, along with. Maybe next time I do this movie, we do the theatrical version. But for here, I'm just gonna do both. Talking about he was there when he crucified her. You ain't got no sins because you a vampire, Drake, Dracula. You could just call him Dagon. Oh, oh, they trying to. Oh, wow. Y'all Drake and Danica. There's not really a love story going on with them. Y'all into that freaky deaky. I just have to say it. Vampires need love too, guys. But it's not the kind of cliche love you see like something in the Twilight Saga and such. Which those movies are guilty pleasures, but most of the Twilight movies I don't really care for, which I reviewed in 2024 as a re-review, like Twilight Saga New Moon and Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. Okay, so I don't really care too much for them. Did she what you said? Yeah, that's what I did. Huh? So why is that? She's just sitting there enjoying it. That's bullshit. Okay. Don't be mad, gorilla. Your mama trying to go get that house and sue for her job. Really trying to go get that house? No, she's not obligated. That has her own life. And you see Blade is trying to use his little thing to use to breathe. Why can't you just be nice? Because the world is a place. See, I know some of the lines, but he's wrong. He is right about that. The world is not nice. If you got, I wonder, do you guys still hear me? Now, coming up next, this is the big moment that taking him back and bring him back up to tomorrow, and he already here, so he could just stay. This is the moment in the This was the other thing that was taken. This was the other moment in the movie that David Goyer wanted to write and wanted to put in here over the course of this. So I don't like that shit. I know. Yeah, you got trouble, all right. What you didn't think you didn't know? I feel like that. Talk. What you say? What? So he's going heavy like that. What? What's inside? And your little vampire friend just got killed. What's behind door number 1? Mm-hmm. Kill you, motherfucker! let me play that one more time. That's actually, I always loved that, even when I first saw this movie. That line is really funny. Because Blade just doesn't care. he said, he just told him straight up, I'll just enjoy it better. You know the routine. Now, this was the other moment that in the first 2 Blade movies, David Goyer wrote to put in either one, but because, like I said, budgetary reasons or scheduling reasons, they couldn't do it. And this was a version in the DVD of Blade 1 that was very truncated, where if the vampires win, where do they get their food supply? And you have this whole blood harvesting farm where they're harvesting blood from different humans. off the streets and such in a blood farming facility, pretty much. Which, instead of killing the prey, you can keep them alive. Which, when you think about it, this is a very creepy and weird idea for a vampire movie, but it's something you don't really see. So even though it was supposed to be used in the first movie as a deleted scene, I'm glad they used it here and make it more interesting. But I actually really do like that idea. When you have homeless humans wander around America and the vampires are using their blood. If the vampires win, where do they get their food supply? Doing your country a service with it. Dude, you're killing humans that are pretty much brain dead. I was glad when he gets killed in this. Look at this. Is this the future you want? That you think they have a place for you in their future? The- Oh, go. You got 20 seconds. He told this man he had 20 seconds, and you sat here and shot him. And you tell she's a little scared of Blade. He's just telling you to shut down the blood farming facility. Because as much as this is an interesting idea, this is also pretty fucked up. Because the vampires are pretty much taking the vampire blood of those who are just being pulled off from different parts of the world and using their blood. Which, like I said, is an interesting idea, but at the same time, it's effed up. And here we have Dracula getting ready to kill the other Night Stalker scenes while Natasha Lyonne's character, her character is pretty much blind and she's reading music and reading the Wizard of Oz books in Braille. Because if you don't know, blind people, when they're not allowed to see, they read their Bible and they read their books in the Braille language. And you can see Dracula or Drake pose as Whistler, which, again, RIP to Chris Christopherson, but you can even tell that he in this movie, based on some of the facial expressions, that he was not very happy when they were making this movie. Despite what the documentary on this movie will tell you, he and Wesley Snipes are the main two that were very unhappy with the way this movie turned out. Especially Wesley. Like I said, you can look online and find out all the stuff that was going on with Wesley Snipes during the making of this movie. Between, like I said, him dealing with the IRS, he wasn't happy with the script changes, he wasn't happy with the writing and such. But like I said, Wesley is good in this movie. But it's just I can tell on rewatch, especially in one moment in the end of this movie, when he refused to open his eyes, that he was just going full method acting and he just didn't really care. But it's not really his fault with all the tensions and such. But it was nice to see Wesley come back and do the part again in Deadpool 3 in 2024. Like, if they are to do another Blade movie, if you can't get the Mahershala Ali one off the ground, which I did talk about in the commentary for the first one, which the audio and that didn't kick in until the last couple minutes on playback. You can Spike is from under the. No, I got him out. This is the baby. He ran back in there, so I had a chance to catch him. I got him out. Just got him out there.
You don't like Papa. That's why you get this. Don't like Papa. Every time Papa goes, you try to hide.
You can't hide in the room.
That proves that you don't like Papa. You hear that now? Finish your thing and you can get him out.
Here, this moment, you have Summerfield here. You see what's going on with Patton Oswalt and Ron Summer's characters being killed off. Everyone in Night Stalker is being killed off. And you can see that she's crying here. But also... And he just switched to Dracula. Like I said, guys, these headphones that I have now that's connected to this my little monitor. These comes in handy. If you guys haven't, you should get these headphones at your local store. They're not paying me to say this. Just a little PSA from by myself. They're the extreme headphones, and you get a Bluetooth that comes with it. You plug that Bluetooth into your TV, and you don't have to worry about the craziness. I don't know. I haven't been watching Family Guy as much because the Hulu, but I think they're on like season 24 or something. I don't know. Well, they're about to merge, so.
They merged last month.
No, they're not fully done.
Oh,
okay. Because the app is supposed to be getting ready to shut down.
I thought they were fully done.
And as you can see, what's going on here is that everyone, he's been kidnapped by Dracula and the guys, and pretty much everyone here has been killed, and it's just her and Blade. Which I'll say, Jessica Biel, she does a good performance here. Even though I will agree with the headphones, you should, with you wearing headphones, you should easily be killed while fighting vampires. But fortunately, she does have great hearing skills for this character to hear when they come. Zoe's been kidnapped as well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In Blade, this moment coming up where she's like sitting here crying over the death of her friends and potentially Zoe, the little girl. Jessica does bring it here, and this is a moment I actually do like when it comes to Blade, where he's telling her to use her crying and use her tears as a way to express her anger, which is kind of a crazy thing to really think about, but you gotta use your anger or something to get out some emotions. And there we just found Summerfield pretty much dead. And here's Wesley. And here he's lying. Use it. Use it. Use it. That's actually a really well or good theme in terms of Abigail's music. And she just unleashed the rage. She's pretty heartbroken. Now we catch up to Ryan Reynolds and the crew. Ah. His reaction is hilarious. My voice is ugly. You turned a little baby Chihuahua Pomeranian dog into a vampire. Experimenting with that. That's freaky. That's freaky. Okay, this is the kind of humor I think that is a bit childish here. An hour and 41 minutes into the live stream, and we're 39 minutes left into the movie. Like I said, I know there's been some interruptions here for this between having to do things, also having to turn the sound on and off. So what I would do, I can. So what I would do is I will write down all the in the on a piece of paper. I'll write down the moments where we have to interrupt, and then I'll cut. I can go in and easily cut them out of the out of the stream, and the stream will come out a lot better than what I feel like a lot more cohesive. At least this will probably be almost 2.5 hours of live stream. And also because I'm doing both ending versions of the ending and the credits as well. So, dude, this is aggressive.
Bad. Deal with this shit. Have you drinking? A couple cops and have cigarettes. The halfway out cigarettes is not good. I gotta go pee too.
That's gotta hurt. But I would say her hairdo is ridiculous as hell. This I actually think is pretty terrifying here with her threatening to make him back into a vampire, and he doesn't want that. That's actually real tough. Like I said, Parker Posey, is she one of my favorite actresses ever? No, but I will say, for an actress, she's done a lot more good than bad. Now, we'll see about Agatha all along because I'm still hesitant, especially with seeing the marketing for that a year ago in 2024. And the fact that you dare put the dead hand of Wanda in there, which I know my friend says is not her hand. I saw. Okay, let's just go back to this moment. The thing I will say I do hate when it comes to you doing using the YouTube Live app is that they don't allow you to pause the live stream when you have to take interruptions. Such that's one thing I feel like they could work on. You know, like that's creepy. Threatening to turn him back into a vampire. This little girl's an adult now, so he's not your pet hunt girl. Now we're back into the Night Stalker's hideout, and we see that Abigail is still pretty pretty devastated about what's going on, what's happened. Don't let it turn inward. It already has. Now this line you could easily put in the theatrical version here. You talk about having this knife of sadness there, and he gives her little nice vulnerable moments here. And he's looking at her like I know what this feels like to have sadness. I've been half human, half vampire for years doing this. So and plus, Blade's gone through even a lot more. That's why he's a tortured hero. The one thing that is consistent through all three Blade films are the soundtrack choices. Not really the musical score, but the soundtrack choices are consistent. In terms of the musical score, each one goes for something different. Mark Eisen, in the first one, he's going for a little bit more like different approach with his score of Blade. Blade 2, you have Marco Beltrami is going for something a lot more bombastic and a lot more crazier to tell you that this is going to be a different beast from the first one. And then this one, you have the best of both worlds. You have Ramin Djawadi with the traditional version of the score, and then you have DeRZA coming in with the hip hop side of things. And here you have the last recording of Sommerfeld, which he used to pose as Dracula used to pose, and telling her to make sure that Zoe's okay and to use the Daystar virus, but she's telling him there's a chance that it could, because of Blade's hybrid part, it will kill him too. But it didn't. His immune system.
It's too. I don't know.
Play girl.
I don't forget how you clean it. You said it's time for it to be descaled. That's what it said.
Mm-hmm. An hour and 50 minutes into the stream. Like I said, guys, this one of the Blade movies. This is the longest one I've had to do of them all. But like I said, going through so many distractions and such, I would not have had it any other way.
Oh shit, that's too much now. Stop. Stop.
You're not wrong about that. It's,
Oh shit. More compromise. Get some speed.
it's even with that, she's still making playlists for the while for fighting on her iPod, which Apple Corporation they didn't want any promotion with this film, but they just had them use those for free. Her outfit is a lot more red and black, just much like him, because she does look up to Blade. And Blaze, he's getting ready for to go out and fight. Put her hair in a ponytail. Blaze is like, if I'm going out, I'm going out with one last fight. An hour and 32 minutes and 29 minutes out.
I just have to watch the stars to fucking win. Spread down with the I don't need to be interested in stuff, but mama said,
Mm-hmm.
you can't walk me today.
Mm-hmm. Back to Parker Posey, Triple H, and these guys fighting this man. Y'all is gonna be sorry. Beating the hell out of this man. Like you don't know. Things you. Okay. Look, some of this humor works in here, but some of this comedy does not work all that well. But I'll say this. Like I said, Jessica Biel, gorgeous woman. Gorgeous woman. I think she's a capable actress. It depends on what movies you give her. But this isn't one of her best. But I will say it's for a first impression as a kid, not too bad. But when you give her something like Accidental Love, yeah, bad idea because I really hate that movie. Some of this comedy in this movie does not land here. Some of it, some of it works, but some of it doesn't work out. No, it's not funny, but it will be a few seconds from now. Tickle you feel in the back of your throat right now. Atomized Caladios silver. It's being pumped air conditioner. Will it calm down? It's not so fun now, isn't it? Should be singing right about now. It's alright. Friends just came right on time. And you just go sit there and leave them, Blade. Last fight. Now we get to the climax here. Like I said, the best action scenes are definitely here and definitely in the first half of the film. She is gorgeous for 2004. She's still a gorgeous woman now. Again, you should totally be getting killed off with you listening to music, but she does fine. Nice. Not to, and this is the moment here where she kind of breaks the camera, and which we're about to come up on pretty soon. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, oh, damn. Like I said, these movies are still brutal, but of this, also I will say some of the violence does feel a little bit tame here. Put him in his place. What are you running for? Why y'all running for? Ain't no need to run. Ain't no need to run. An hour and 58 minutes into this stream, man. I just want to say I appreciate at least the very few of y'all been watching for hanging in there, man. Y'all hung in there with me. Like I said, I'm gonna try and find some more movies that we could do live movie watch parties on. Like I said, I'm very limited on my physical media that I have now because I don't have all of my other movies here with me. But hopefully sooner than later. Damn! Yes, God. Serves you right. Yeah, she got you. You're safe. Watch out. She said, you, damn, that thing comes in handy. A lot of these weapons in these Blade movies, man, you wish that actually kind of exists. But it's not. It's just fictional. He's like, oh, hell. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't like animal cruelty, but this is only a movie, so the dogs didn't really get hurt. Mhm. He just gave it the F bomb. Fuck your dog, bitch. You finna get your ass whooped, little bitch. Okay, final showdown. I'll say of the showdowns, this one I do think is the weakest of the showdowns, but it's still a decent enough final fight with Blade and Dracula. I was born ready, motherfucker. The way Wesley just says his lines has that coolness. Mm-hmm. Boom. I'm actually gonna take my little jacket off. I love that. Love his outfit. It's red and black. Got two of my favorite colors. Weapons of mass distortion by the crystal method. He's holding his own here. Blade and Dracula just going at it, sword fighting. Just of the interpretations of Dracula I have seen, and there's far too many that I still need to get to, even with the Bela Lugosi ones. Of the Dracula actors, this is the weakest interpretation I've seen because first time you fight Blade, you just run away like a jerk, like a punk ass. You the first born vampire, man up and take that ass whooping from Blade. Whereas when you hear about Bela Lugosi and Christopher Lee's versus Dracula, you realize how iconic they were. Which I've heard a lot. I just haven't seen anything Bela Lugosi just yet. Might prioritize that for Halloween, but the issue with the Universal Monsters movies of the old school is that there are 30 different movies with those guys, and it's a lot to go through. That's why I just went with the main ones first. Triple H and Ryan Reynolds fighting, but Triple H trying to don't bring the WWE shit up in here. This is Blade. This ain't World Wrestling Entertainment. Who you think you is, Becky Lynch? Asher, you get your ass out of here, Asher. Now. Trying to shoot. Get your ass out of here. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. The shot where you break the camera. No, not the, no, not it. It's the other one. We was trying to shoot a drop. Am I going crazy? I'm starting to go a little crazy. Oh, shit. Oop, garlic, so, Damn. Boom. Bye. Get out of here. Get your ass out of here, Triple H. Can't take that guy anymore. Mm-hmm. Now you've really done it. He's about to hit the.
Yeah, on the couch. This little boy. Because his ace. That's it. Oh, you're all right.
The swords kill Dracula. Now we get into Dracula being the big hulking monster thing. This is what I'm talking about. The big, bad, giant monster. It looks like he looks a lot like uh he looks a lot like the wannabe the final boss in Mortal Kombat. I thought we were done with you, Parker Posey. I love you in this movie. You do fine, but girl, you're starting to get on my last nerves, baby. Mm, God, this is not going well for Blade. Come on, Blade. Don't give up now. Don't lose your strength now. Get your ass up. Hmm. Oh, now you gonna take his cuss word? Yeah, this is when she broke the camera. Okay. And jammed it right in there. Going right for the heart. The virus has to work. Great sound mixing there. And he's about to turn to the final form. In terms of this ending coming up, we're gonna watch this version first, and then we're going to do the theatrical ending. And the Daystar is working all the way through. Good on you, Abigail Whistler. You're next. Ah, and you're the last one to get it. Bye. Ryan here is hilarious here. Uh, like I said, some of that comedy that he has in this movie doesn't work, but most of it does work. It's funny, isn't it? All this time, my people were trying to create a new kind of vampire when one already exists. I don't need to survive. The future of our race rests with you. You fought with honor. I respect that. Allow me a parting gift. But remember this: sooner or later, the thirst will always win. See, he gave him dignity. I actually like that. That's one thing I will do like about this version of Dracula, despite it being a weak interpretation, is that he gave Blade honor. Now we get into the ending, which for the theatrical version, I'll just skip over this whole little montage here. This is the extended edition ending. I want to do that version first. And now we have the full theme coming in. And to each of these Blade movies, David Goyer, he says they never filmed the ending when he died, and they never scripted the ending with Blade dying. No, he's not dead. I love the music in this movie. The score. Is it the best of this story? No. I still think Blade 2 has the best score, but this is a good one. And you see James Remar and them such. Here in this version, he's wearing his outfit, where in the theatrical version, he's not. Now we get to the extended edition ending, which this is the very reason why I don't like this. Like this, I do like the overall extended cut for most stuff, but this is the ending I don't really care for because you. It's one thing to be an asshole, but when you have to CGI his eyes in, that really becomes a problem. And in this ending, you do get the sense that he's given in and he's going to feed on this vampire, which you do see some cameos by the filmmaking team such here. It didn't kill him. He was never start beating. It slowed down. And so he slept, waiting for the moment. Very disappointing, very lackluster ending. This is why I do prefer the theatrical version's ending, which we're about to go to right now. And skip through all that. And here we are with the theatrical version's ending. And I'll just watch the credits from this ending. 2 hours and 34 minutes. Well, despite all the interruptions, at least I can proudly say, for the first long movie watches in about almost a year and a half, 2025, I'm glad in 2026 to have finally completed an entire trilogy. This is my preferred version of the ending. The FBI got their body. It just wasn't the one they were banking on. See, I'm very happy to have done this entire trilogy. And like I said, I'm gonna give my friend John Avenger a thank you because I actually really do like the fact that he really did help with this. So, and everyone knows that the war never ends. Really happy that John Avenger did help me buy this from Amazon, and I bought this in December. And so that's the end of the Blade movies until we get a new one. I'm actually gonna sit and watch these credits. They're nothing but 8 minutes though. So, written and directed by David S. Goyer. Not the best directing choice, but he did fine. Based on characters by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan. Produced by Peter Frankel, Wesley Snipes, David Goyer, and Lynn Harris, which Wesley barely had any say. Executive producers, Kel Bo, Avi Arad. That's why there's so much you trying to cram into this. Bastard. We hate Avi Arad. He's a terrible producer. He fucked up Venom. He fucked up Madam Web. You fucked up the Brats. Production designer Chris Gore, edited by Howard Smith and Conrad Smart. Costume designer Laura Jean Shannon. Music by the RZA and Raymond DeJawadi. Music supervisor George Colias. Visual effects supervisor Joe Bile. Casting by Urani Yeskel, Corinne Mayers, and Hike Brandstatter. A film by David S. Goyer. Director of photography Gabriel Burstein. Production designer Chris Gore. Wesley Snipes. And this, I do actually like this shot. Blade Trinity. Chris Christopherson. Back with the vengeance, the fault of your descendants can't be deflected. You made the false images, let's wait for the sickle. You like the nemesis. Ryan Reynolds, Parker Posey, Dominic Purcell, the corpse I'm in. And the last thing that said the dead will walk again. The blind, deaf, and the dumb will talk again. John Michael Higgins, James Remar, Eric Bogosian, Patton Oswalt, Caleb Keith Renee, with Triple X and Natasha Leone. I am sorry about all these interruptions and such, but like I said, I will, once this is uploaded and processed, I will pretty much edit them out. Let's see who else. Mark Berry, Paul Anthony, Frank Costa, Michael Rollins, James Remar, Hallie Page, Ron Selma, Christopher Hale. This song here is called Thirsty, which is performed by ODB, which he passed away as they were making this movie, and there was a dedicated the documentary to him. Friends of the line, remember moving my phone. Don't be scared, baby. Don't be afraid. Friends of the line. Mm. Mm. I'm actually just sitting here listening to these credits. Well, I can sit here and say that I've successfully got through another movie franchise, and it was a bit rough to get here with, of course, having some problems with the first film's audio on the first live stream, to a few interruptions here, but it was definitely worth going through all these again. I mean, I'm very excited to do the reviews of Blade 2 and Blade Trinity, which either I'm probably just gonna do what I did on Twitch and then just have them in a part, have them saved through YouTube and download them that way and try. Like I said, it's so many videos I'm trying to edit and get out to you guys. It's just I'm only one person. And Twitch is not going to replace the usual style of doing reviews, but it just comes in handy along with YouTube live streams when we want to do live reviews or such. So, yeah, sooner or later, the thirst will always win. Yes. And yes, we are going to watch the credit scene because we're almost there. But I really did have a great time doing these movies. And if you guys, I want to do more of these movie watch parties. Like I said, I've missed this. You guys have no idea how much I really miss doing this. It was such. It's been a lot of fun to just go back and do something like this. So, and I want to let you know, I don't take this for granted. I really have loved getting back into the swing of things. So it's it's satisfying, but it's also been very rewarding of me to do this. So it's been awesome. Car Chase Unit, of course. They actually recorded the music and the orchestral score in the university. That's really awesome of them to do. As far as what to expect on the channel, of course, if you see my first impressions before the review, you're getting a review of Twin, you're getting a rant on Stranger Chapter 3, which I should hopefully have for you in the next couple of hours once I film it and such. A lot more older reviews, some classic reviews. Also, still want to review Stranger Things season 4 and 5. It's just so much I'm trying to get done for you guys. Like I said, I want to keep up the consistency. This blood, Black Lab, the crystal method bombs away, and like I said, I'm only one person, but I'm gonna try and get this done. Cause like I said, I'm not. This is a year for me to be more consistent. I will give myself breaks in between. Like I said, in terms of so much editing and such, if I had co-editors and such, I could help them do this. Guillermo del Toro gets a contribution. Awesome. If I had co-editors to help me out with so much editing, it would take this process off my shoulders a lot. But I don't. Word. That's the way I'm trying to be hip. And now the Blade credit scene. This is really cool. It's really cool. New Line Cinema logo. And it is done. The final film of the Blade trilogy. Like I said, stick around for reviews of Blade and Blade Trinity coming soon. I will be recording them on Twitch and such. And this has been fun. Like I said, whatever movies I want to do next, I hope we get to do a lot more films for movie watch parties. I don't have any idea what's going to be the next one, but it's it's been amazing. I'm very happy to have done this with you all. So can't wait to re-review this one, and this re-review is going to be very interesting, man. Very interesting. Man, I really had a great time doing this. I wish things didn't go so wrong during the production of this, because I would love to hear Wesley on the commentary for this with Jessica and Ryan Reynolds. But sometimes shit happens, and if things did not go the way they did, this could have been a kick-ass third film that could have been a lot more high regarded. For what it is, it's a flawed, very fundamentally flawed film. But the biggest question is, do I hate this movie now? You'll have to wait till I do the YouTube review to fully go into what I like and what I don't like. But going into this, it's not as bad as critics make it out to be. I see the issues here, but I still really enjoy it. So that's gonna do it for you guys today. And in the comment section down below, when this is up in process, I got a lot of cuts I have to make in terms of interruptions. So in the comment section down below, what did you guys think of this Blade Trinity live movie watch commentary? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you somewhere right in the middle? What do you want to see next in terms of movie watches? Like I said, I'm very limited on my physical media right now until I get the rest of it back. I do have some movies on digital streaming services. If I can work out the thing in terms of having to deal with the ads, maybe I'll find something on one of these streaming services and do them. I'm just happy to get back into it, guys. I really enjoy doing this. So in the comment section down below, what did you guys think of this movie Watch Party? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere right in the middle? What did you guys think of Blade Trinity? Also, stick around for the review, of course, of Blade Trinity and Blade 2. All my social media links to my Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Snapchat, Cash App, Blue Sky, all my social media links are in the description box down below. If you would like to follow me on any of those, if you'd like to send me anything from my Amazon wish list, you can do that as well. I have a lot in there: movies, books, a few TV shows, toys, channel equipment, any of that. If you'd like to send any money to my Cash App or Chime, the best ways to do that is to get in touch with me privately if you want to help financially support the channel, and you can financially support it there. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when news videos or live streams are up. Also, some shorts and clips from my other videos. Also, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you guys can give this a 5-star like and share it with your friends. And also be sure to share this channel with your friends because it does help get more people into the channel. It does help more people get to see what I'm about and such. I would love to. I appreciate, of course, OH Cottage 3365 for coming here. And as always, stay epictastic, join the epitasticness, and you guys keep it cool. And remember, enjoy yourself and have a good day and stay safe at the Super Bowl. And hopefully we get to see another Blade movie in the future. Y'all take care. I'm gonna go now, put all my stuff back up, and get ready for the review processes that and the stuff. And I'll see you guys. Bye.